What's up, fellas? Welcome to the garage. Well, things are evolving nicely with the Sierra Sapphire. The freshly painted underneath parts have found their way onto the chassis. So first of all, we can talk about the subframe for a little. I went for the Sierra XR 4x4 subframe. Actually, it is the same as the standard Sierras. The important part is that it has the narrow mounting for the differential here. That's the 7-inch differential. Now, the reason for using the 7-inch differential is that all the four-wheel drives had the differential ratio of 3.62. While the bigger 7.5-inch differential I had of a rear-wheel drive Scorpio has the differential ratio of 3.64. So as we see, the difference isn't really that big. Actually, it would be unnoticeable if you were to just swap the differentials over. But when using the front differential as well, I got it right over here, by the way. I think the viscous coupling inside the gearbox that I got over here, which I intend to use. In here we got the viscous coupling, and if the differential ratios in the front and in the back wouldn't be exactly the same, I guess that viscous coupling would be under load all the time for no good reason, and I guess it would get damaged in the long run. So anyways, carrying on, this is a pretty much standard subframe, except I have swapped these bushings, you see, and yeah, actually I've made them out of oil-on plastic, and they should be much stiffer than the original rubber bushings. We can see how they look right over here. This is the Scorpio subframe, and these are the bushings that come originally fitted on Scorpios and on the Sierras as well. And as you can see, they have some stretch to them. Anyways, we'll see how these will behave. These subframe mounting points and bushings combinations are exactly that, combinations. And actually how they will feel and perform in the car also depends on all the other components they are combined with. Moving on the trailing arms bushings. As you can see, those are also different color than original. Originally here, of course, we have rubber bushings as well, and these are some poly bushes I had laying around. About these, we'll also see how sturdy they are and how stable the whole car will feel in the corners. I have to say, these are previously used poly bushes, so yeah, we'll have to test it out and see about them. Moving on, about the swing arms, I actually opted for the Scorpio swing arms, as you can see, because this plate here is a bit thicker than on the Sierra. On the original Sierra arms, this flange here is 5 millimeters thinner in this direction, so that should widen a track in the rear for exactly 1 centimeter. Again, we'll have to see about the wheel combination, exactly how wide the track will end up. Also, a neat part about these arms are these brackets for the anti-roll bar. The XR 4x4 originally has an anti-roll bar that is much wider, in a sense that it stretches around here and actually connects the swing arm on this side here, on the outer side. But because these ones from this Scorpio Mark 1 and also I got one from Scorpio Mark 2 are much thicker, that means much you know, more effective or more aggressive, if you want to call it that, I actually wanted to go with the stiffer ones. The good thing here is that the mounting points here for all these anti-roll bars are exactly the same. As you can see, everything fits perfectly. We got plenty of room around it, and yeah, happy days. I will be experimenting with the anti-roll bar setup, and just for a note here, this one is 17 millimeters and the Cosworth Mark II one is 21 millimeters thick. So that one should be even stiffer than this one. But again, we'll have to test it out. Moving on, we got some springs here as well. Now these I got along with the Sierra I bought just recently. Check out this beauty. And these are supposed to be some lowering springs. Exactly how much will they lower the car or end up again with the whole combination? We'll have to just see once everything is fitted. Moving on, we got some nice yellow dampers here. Now these are some Bilstein dampers, and yeah, actually I also got them in some package deal, let's say. About the dampers, I was kind of choosing between these three. These are just standard dampers, and the interesting difference between these standard ones and the yellow Bilstein ones is that the Bilstein ones actually provide damping in both directions. Well, these, check this out. On the way down they offer almost zero resistance, while they do offer obviously resistance going up. So yeah, again, this all depends on the setup you have, you know, along with the weights and how stiff the springs are and everything. Talking about stiff, check these out. These I also got in some package deal, and they are supposed to be off of a Sierra Sapphire 4x4 rally car. Now check these out. Now these have some separate, I guess some gas chambers here, and some setup buttons here as well. We got some clicking action here, but again, these are stiff as a rock. I am able to compress them by really pushing hard with the whole body on them. And they obviously do bounce back, but yeah, these are very stiff. I might do some experiments with those, but I guess for these the springs should be very hard, you know, for them to operate properly. But you know, we can test them out, no problem. You know, we got 2 bolts to put them on or off, and the Sierra Sapphire at our disposal here.